and welcome to Life at the Laundry Garden. We are now in December and we've had a couple of really lovely frosts here. If you hop over to my Instagram, you'll see some of the shots I've done on some reels and on one of my posts. It has been amazing for a start to winter and December. Couldn't have asked for anything better. Today, no frost at all, and everything has thawed out and the temperatures have gone up a little bit. In a way, it's been quite good because at least I'm not going to be losing my fingers in the frost, and I can stand outside and show you properly how I'm going to be storing my dahlias. Now, if you remember on my previous episode a few weeks back, I lifted them and put them inside the shed to just dry out a little bit, ready for the next stage of storing them. Now, I've left a bit of soil on them. Now, some people prefer to hose them down and completely take every inch of soil away from them. I actually prefer to leave some of the soil on because it acts as a bit of a protector, insulator, to stop them drying out completely through the winter, because that's what we don't want. You're probably wondering why I've got banana boxes. Well, they're actually a very cheap or free way of storing them. I've also got some wood shavings, which has come free from a local joiner here. And I've got some labels and a marker pen. The marker pen is to write on the labels if I need any extra labels for anything that might fall off when I'm sorting them out. And a marker pen. The marker pen will be to write the name of dahlias that will be inside each of these banana boxes, which I'm going to store them in. Now, here are some dahlias that I've already prepared, and what I'm going to do is put some wood shavings at the base of them and then place them on top. I'll probably take these stalks down quite a bit more as well. But first of all, I'm going to show you how I'm going to deal with this one. Right, well, the first thing I'm going to do is I've just got a little piece of wood with a little sharp piece on the end. Now, you can use a piece of bamboo or anything, and that is so that I can just knock away any heavy bits of soil, because I don't want too much soil. And also, I'm going to be removing any of these little wispy root bits from the tuber. So I'm just going to knock off the heavy clumpy bits from here. This dahlia is David. Oh no, this one is David Howard, because I've scribbled out the other side. And I'm just going to go around it. And at the same time, while I'm doing this, I'm going to be checking underneath here for any rotten bits, because if I see any bits of tuber that has gone quite soft, then I'll need to chop it out, because if there's any sign of a mushy tuber, then it's very likely going to affect the rest of them. Okay, now I've taken off a lot of the bulky, heavy soil. It just helps me to see the tuber a bit better and assess anything that needs to just be taken away or rotten. And then what I need to do is just take away any of these little wispy end pieces that sort of come out at the end of the tubers. Now I can see this doesn't look very well, so I can just take that away. And I'll just go round everything and taking off these little bits. And then after that, I will use some secateurs and I will take off these very long stems because I no longer need them, and also it helps for storing them as well. So I'll probably take them right down to about here. And here it is, all checked, trimmed, and some of the long stems taken off. And now it's ready to be put away for the winter. And here's my banana box with some shavings at the bottom. And then I'm just going to place it in the shavings, and I will top it up with some more shavings as well. And there's room for some more of the David Howard tubers in here. I have, for the lid, I've labelled here and on the end as well, so that when it comes to stacking these boxes on top of one another, I'll be able to immediately identify the tubers. Now, just recently I have found out that the shed here that I was going to store them in has got lots of leaks in the roof, and it's also quite damp in there. I've noticed this tuber whilst I was trimming it, there are a few little damp bits on it which I've rubbed away, and I've managed to find another alternative space to put them in, which is a lot drier, which is an outbuilding, which is a big relief because I've got about 80 tubers to put away for the winter months. So, but if you don't have any storage, or you have maybe a smaller amount of dahlia tubers to deal with, and you don't have any indoor space to put them in, you probably could try and leave them outside or in a porch. And what you could do is put them in a plastic pot, use up a lot of this that you've actually taken away from them, and pack it loosely around the tuber in the pot, and make sure it's completely covered and very well insulated. And then what you can do is you could wrap some bubble wrap around the pot and maybe even pop it into a box. So what you're basically doing is you are protecting it from the frost, really, and it should be okay over winter. It's worth having a go. It's effectively like leaving it in the ground, but it won't be getting wet. So you could make sure it's kept off the ground, put some feet underneath it, or sit it on a pallet, and just make sure it is not going to sit in water and get frosted as well. So there's another idea for you. Okay, well, I've got quite a few more tubers to get through. Thank you for watching, and also thank you for having a look at our website and signing up to my newsletter. Really, really appreciate it. I've got lots and lots of things coming up in the new year as well, but you'll hear more about that in my newsletter. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.